A Uachtarán agus a cóide ilig, Déhar Mahasa agus bhuair géad fáilte tránóna. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Camogie Association Volunteer and Media Awards. This night is one of the highlights of the Camogie year, but this evening is a unique edition of the awards. We're coming to you from the Croke Park Hotel as opposed to across the road in headquarters. And I first of all want to congratulate everybody here and all the people at Camogie for putting the awards together. It's crucial that they go ahead even though we can't gather in person due to the ongoing COVID-19 restrictions. Because these awards are a celebration of the many facets of the Camogie Association and the contribution of so many people to the promotion and development of the game. So I want to congratulate each of the Volunteer of the Year award recipients who have been nominated by their respective counties for the work they do in the promotion and development of the game. Volunteers are the bedrock of the association, and these awards we know are highly valued among the counties and throughout the association, acknowledging at national level the vital impact volunteers make within their counties. I also wish to congratulate each of the media award recipients who have been selected for this year's prestigious awards. It's great once again to see such a high standard. This is an award scheme that the Dunn family has been associated with since the beginning, but we'll talk more about that later. These awards play a key role in recognising the great work being done throughout the country to promote the game. Before we get the award ceremony itself underway, it's my great pleasure to introduce Uachtarán on Common Camogie, Kathleen Woods, who'll say a few words this evening.
Eileen, thank you very much. I would like to invite everyone to join in today's celebration of our 2020 Camogie Volunteer Awards and Mick Dunn Memorial Awards. To all the family members, club members and associates who are joining us, you are all very, very welcome. What a year it has been of highs and lows. To everyone who has lost a family member, please accept my deepest sympathies. Death is a lonely time, but COVID has brought that to a new depth. Liberty, our championship sponsors, a few years ago introduced us to live streaming of games, and this year as an association we took the decision that we would live stream as many matches as was possible. And who could have believed the viewing figures and the number of people who actually watched. People who may have never gone to a Camogie match but could sit on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon in the comfort of their own home and enjoy our game and now realise what an amazing game we have. But sure, we always knew that anyway. In the dark days of March, April, May, June, I was amazed to watch on the media streaming channels the amount of work that our volunteers were doing in their community to assist those that were in lockdown and couldn't leave home. But that really isn't a surprise, because as volunteers that is what we do. Today we recognise the Camogie Volunteers for 2020. You are the stars of this year. The amount of work that was needed for our volunteers, especially those who took on to manage COVID, was unheard of in our association. But every club volunteer rose to the occasion and stuck to the procedures and the principles of keeping COVID at bay. And all that hard work that you did give us all the gift of our championships late in the year. So for all of that work, thank you all so very much. The biggest problem most of us had at the weekend in November, December was what game will we watch. If it was a club county championship, if it was our own championship, often there were two gadgets going in our house, and I was trying to watch both of them, and I'm sure I wasn't alone. The winners of the Media Awards, congratulations, and to all those who were nominated, thank you. Thank you for telling the Camogie stories of 2020 so diligently and often so colourfully. You added the additional background stories and background news to our game. You highlighted our star players and many of our events both on and off the pitch. You often challenged us, but mostly constructively, and with honesty you walked in the footsteps of Mick Dunn. Congratulations to all our winners today, and hopefully we will all meet up soon. To conclude, Mrs Dunn and your daughters, we did make arrangements last year that we would all visit the handball centre in Croke Park. That is still on my to-do list, and hopefully we will be able to do that in the near future. Thank you all very much, and well done everybody.
Uachtarán, Kathleen Woods, thank you as ever. And so, to the first part of this evening's proceedings, the presentation of the Camogie Association Volunteer Awards. And just to say, each of this evening's recipients will receive their awards in the coming days. We're going to do them alphabetically, and so we begin in Antrim with Rachel Neeson of St Mary's Ahochel Camogie Club. Rachel and her family are steeped in St Mary's Camogie Club, and her daily routine revolves around her 8 children's activities within that club. She has acted as club PRO as well as coaching underage teams, and her creativity and attention to detail is exceptional, and her innovation ideas have helped the club to raise over £5,000 for charities this year. Rachel Neeson. Next to our Ma, Andrea McAlinden of St Enda's Camogie Club. As well as playing, Andrea is St Enda's current chair since 2017. She previously held the role of secretary, among others, over the years, and she has taken the role of chair on challenging times in which she's focused on fundraising and raising participation levels within the club. To Britain next, and Geraldine Connolly of Fullen Gaels Camogie Club is this year's winner from Britain. In the last year, Geraldine has stepped up as the COVID officer for the club, as well as being the club physiotherapist and fitness trainer. And in these roles, she has played a vital part during lockdown to ensure the safety of all club members, as well as providing training routines for members to stay fit and involved with the club while isolating. And so to Carlow, and this year's recipient is Karen Byrne of Mount Leinster Camogie Club. Karen has been involved in Mount Leinster Rangers Camogie her whole life as an underage player right through to senior level before retiring at the end of 2017. As well as coaching the under-6s and the under-8s, Karen has taken on several officer roles within the club's executive over the years, including that of chair, vice chair and vice secretary. That's Karen Byrne from Carlow. Moving south to Clare, Elaine Keane of Corofin Camogie Club is Corofin's child protection officer, and in this role has been vital in ensuring the welfare of underage players within the club in the past year. She has also taken on the role of COVID officer over the last number of months to ensure the safety of all club members from the very young to adult teams, and ensured that everyone's training or playing the game had completed all the necessary protocols and was able to participate in a safe environment. A crucial role in these times. To Cork next, Lorraine O'Connell of Carrigtwohill Camogie Club. Lorraine has given the last 10 years in a coaching and administration capacity to Carrigtwohill Camogie Club. During this time, she's also been instrumental in ensuring the numbers playing camogie have increased year on year, and in particular has taken on the under-16 teams within the club to ensure that those players have been retained to keep playing at this crucial age for young girls. Back up north now to Derry. Sarah Gribben of O'Donovan Russa Maghera-Felt Camogie Club. Sarah has been the backbone of camogie at Maghera-Felt for over 30 years now. When Sarah's playing career was over, she took on the role of chairperson and has been instrumental in that role in revitalising the numbers playing camogie within the club. Sarah also helps with all aspects of club life at O'Donovan Russa, including administration and fundraising, among others. Across the way to Donegal Union O'Donnell of St Unian's Camogie Club. Union has been a driving force in the development of hurling and camogie at St Unian's for many years and took responsibility for the under-16 and minor teams last year. Despite such an unsettled year due to COVID-19, Union got a large number of girls out training and playing throughout the year, in which he was also chosen to coach the Donegal under-16 team, Union O'Donnell. From Down we have Paula Fearon of Onriacht Camogie Club. Paula has been an important member of the club for many years and has been heavily involved in the club's fundraising initiatives. In the last year, she's also taken on the role of COVID officer with the club's senior team and ensured that there was no disruption to their training and matches, as well as ensuring their safety at all times. Back to the capital. Mary Flood of Good Counsel Camogie Club in Dublin. Mary has been a member of Good Counsel Camogie Club for more than 40 years, originally as a player and more recently as club secretary and now assistant club secretary. In 2020 she's also managed the club's under-18 as well as becoming the club's COVID officer amongst her regular administrative jobs within the club. Going west to Galway, Rita Cohen of Galway Camogie. Rita was the manager of the Galway minor camogie team, reaching 3 All-Ireland finals and winning the 1994 final. Rita has also been a central part of the Galway Camogie Legends teams since their inauguration in 2011 as both a player and a manager, with Galway eventually winning the Legends tournament in 2016. To Kerry, Mike Roger O'Sullivan of Tralee Parnell's Camogie Club. Both on field and behind the scenes, Mike has been a workforce for Tralee Parnell's Camogie Club since it was established in 2013. In 2020, Mike coached and managed the under-16s team to the County Championship B final, which will be played hopefully in 2021. Off the field, Mike has worked as club PRO and has helped promote the club and attract new members through this role. Back up to Kildare, Fiona Timmins of Straffan Camogie Club. Fiona has been involved in many capacities at Straffan Camogie Club over the past 10 years. She's been heavily involved in club administration as well as fundraising initiatives and has been an invaluable asset to the running of the club. As a coach, she's also played a key part in the success of the Straffan under-14s, 15s and 16s over the past 2 years. From Kilkenny, we recognise Paula Dowling of St Lachlan's Camogie Club. Paula's commitment to camogie both at club level and county level is just exceptional. She has volunteered as a coach for many years at every level and recently has taken on the St Lachlan's under-13, under-16 and minor teams. From Laois, we recognise the work of Deirdre Delaney of Clonard Raheen Gaels Camogie Club. Deirdre is a central part of Clonard Raheen Gaels, being involved in many different areas of the club. As well as leading registration within the club, she is the key administrator for organising matches as well as leading the club's fundraising activities. From County Limerick, John Cunningham of Killeedy Camogie Club is being rewarded this evening. John chairs the club's finance committee and he has been instrumental in coming up with different ways to raise money during the COVID-19 pandemic. He's also a selector on the club's senior team who won the county title for the first time in 8 years. John is also a member of the Limerick County Board's Fixtures Committee. Next to County Louth, Una Carraher of Naomh Fionborough and St Anne's Camogie Club. Having played for the club for many years, Una then became a juvenile coach before taking up the role of club chairperson in recent years. During this time, Una was instrumental in the development of the club to form a one-club model with the other Gaelic Games clubs within the parish. A source of great creativity, Una has developed many unique and innovative programmes within the club to ensure that it continues to grow and thrive. Next to County Mayo and Caroline Kelly of Westport Camogie Club. Caroline became PRO for Mayo County Board in 2020 and has already had a major impact in raising the profile of Mayo Camogie. She has also developed a fundraising strategy which has already raised a large amount of funds for the County Board, as well as attracting new sponsors to the county teams. From County Meath, we honour Colm Whitty of Blackhall Gaels Camogie Club. Still playing both football and hurling, Colm is also coach of the Blackhall Gaels senior camogie team, as well as coaching the underage hurling teams. Recently, Colm has been central to orchestrating the indoor hurling and camogie for the children of the parish, which has been a huge success. From County Monaghan, we honour Ned McCann of Clontibret Camogie Club. Ned has been involved with teams within Clontibret Camogie Club since 2013, overseeing the development of players as they progress from under 16 level to minor and senior levels. In 2020, during lockdown, Ned once more showed his commitment and innovation as he came up with a programme of online challenges to keep the players engaged, motivated and active during that challenging period. Next to County Offaly, Una Finneran of St Ryna's Camogie Club. Una has worked tirelessly with the senior camogie team for a number of years, which has led to a period of unprecedented success. In addition to this, she leads the club's first aid arrangements, and during 2020 she looked after the club's return to play after the lockdown. She's the liaison person between the team and the club officers on all issues to ensure that they can perform to the best of their abilities at all times. From County Tipperary, we salute Geraldine Kinnan of Drummondinch Camogie Club. Geraldine is involved with teams from under 6 to senior level with Drummondinch Camogie Club, as well as being the club chairperson. Geraldine is continuously looking at ways to promote the club, and during the recent lockdown she organised the streaming of many of the club's matches, as well as commentating on them. Good woman. From Tyrone, we recognise the work of Declan McDermott of Éire Óg Camogie Club. Declan has been the senior team manager with Éire Óg for the past 2 years and has guided them to the Tyrone Junior Championship in 2020. Declan is also a dedicated committee member and assists with every club event, including organising numerous fundraising initiatives. Declan was also part of the Tyrone senior backroom team in 2020-21 as they reached the Nancy Murray Cup final, as well as the All-Ireland Premier Junior Championship semi-final. Down south once again to Waterford, Sonia Atchison of Tramore Camogie Club. Sonia is currently the chairperson of Tramore Camogie Club, as well as being the senior team manager who led the team to their first senior title in over 30 years. She's also the Waterford Under-15 team manager, in addition to her role as the Waterford County Development Officer, as she wants to develop young players across the entire county. From Westmeath, we recognise the work of Caroline Carton of St Oliver Plunkett's Camogie Club. Caroline has held many roles in the club executive and is the current chairperson of St Oliver Plunkett's Camogie Club. She's a coach, administrator, first aid officer and currently the club COVID-19 officer. Caroline is also a member of Westmeath Camogie Executive, as well as a delegate to the Leinster Council. From Wexford, we welcome Breda O'Sullivan of Banno Ballymitty Camogie Club. Breda has given many years of service to her club in managing teams and encouraging young players to keep on playing camogie. Breda works tirelessly with fundraising in the club as well as other administration roles. She's currently a member of the Wexford Camogie County Board, the THDC committee, as well as secretary for the county under-14 and under-16 teams. To Wicklow next, and Loretta Mutton of Knocknahanna Camogie Club. Loretta has played a pivotal role in developing that club's underage players. As a coach for over 10 years, she has trained every age group from under-8s through to the under-16s, including taking the under-14 team to Fela. Loretta has also acted as the club's assistant chairperson, taking a particular focus on ensuring the club's finances are in order, as well as leading many fundraising activities. So cógorgeagus once again to all of tonight's volunteer award recipients. And just before we move on, Cillian Whelan caught up this week with two of those award winners, Karen Byrne from Carlow and Geraldine Canaan from Tipperary, to find out a little more about their sterling work.
So thanks indeed, Eileen. Yeah, it's a big night, of course, when it comes to the Volunteer of the Year awards. And would you believe it, we have two ladies online and the two of them know each other. Now, I don't know what stories they're going to be able to tell us, but hey, I'm sure we could find out over the next couple of minutes. Firstly, representing Carlow, and I'm only doing this because of alphabetical order now, don't anyone give out, but representing Carlow, Mount Leinster Rangers, it's Karen Byrne. Good evening to you, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
Good now. And representing Drummond and Tipperary, Geraldine Canaan. Good evening to you, Geraldine.
Good evening, Cillian.
Looking at things, guys, we're here, Volunteer of the Year awards. Are you going to admit that you put yourselves in for this award, or did you know anything about it?
No, I hadn't a clue anyway. I was bowled over, but completely taken by surprise.
What about you, Charlie?
I'm the same. I was checking my emails one day. I saw something about volunteer. I said, I don't have time for volunteer. I was about to delete the email. And then I opened it and realised, oh, I won an award. So I'm blaming our secretary, Leslie Hogg, for nominating me. But chuffed all the same.
Chuffed all the same to have the two of you here, and it's great as well that there's a little bit of a connection between you, because you might just share that little bit. Whichever one of you wants to pick it up, I think it goes back to Waterford IT, does it?
Yeah, we both played Camogie for WIT. Geraldine was on the A team when I was on the B team, but we did all our training and everything together, and all our bonding sessions and everything were done together. So we had great times.
Some stories that we can't tell, Geraldine, I'm sure.
No, there was signed away to secrecy, I'm afraid.
Well, that's what always happens. So that's why colleges are such the good days, of course. But the two of you are coming from, funnily enough, in lots of ways, I suppose, in the volunteerism rate, passion for your club, passion for your county, but passionate to be involved.
Yeah, I suppose from a young age, I played Camogie from a young age, but also from a young age, I suppose, took an interest in the volunteering side of things. You know, I was just always grateful, I suppose, to have the opportunity in my club, Drummond, to play Camogie, and I was appreciative of the administrators and the committee and the coaches that made that possible. So I say I went to my first club meeting when I was 15, and I don't think I missed one since, hardly. So just got involved from a young age, you know, within the club and in the running of the club, and kind of there ever since.
And Karen, the same to you. But I suppose, you know, from the family that you come from, it was probably hard not to get involved.
I know, we were just kind of landed into the pitch. Can't even remember when the first time was. And as everyone kind of says around here, reared on the sidelines. And kind of at the stage now where we're all grown and adults, there's 6 of us, and they're all still kind of around and involved in the club. Bar Fiona is my sister, she's living out in Melbourne, but other than that, everyone is still there. The 2 boys are still hurling on the senior team, and hardly, if we weren't in the pitch, we wouldn't hardly see each other. So I suppose that's an added bonus.
Geraldine, for you, I have a story about you that you were down to go and collect money at the gate of a match. You were reporting on the match, but you ended up refereeing the match. How did you manage all of that?
Yeah, I suppose a long time ago, I live near the County Camogie grounds in Durag, so and odd times they were stuck, you know, they might ask me to collect money. So there was an under-14 county final on, and I was PRO at the time as well, or assistant PRO, so I was going to it anyway to write up a match report, and then I was collecting money, and then the 2 teams came down to me before the match started saying the referee hadn't turned up, and would I jump in and referee the match? Now, I wasn't a qualified referee at the time, and I think it was about 18 or 19 at the time, and I said, sure, might as well, you know. So so that's my claim to fame, that I ref the match, collected money at the match, and then wrote up the match report.
And I suppose you wrote about the referee very favourably.
Yeah, I gave the referee great praise, the great control she had over the game.
Karen, for you, I'm just looking at the list here that has come out of your club. The things. Is there anything you don't do? I see coach, fixtures organiser, selector, COVID officer, and you've held a fair few positions on the club executive as well.
Yeah, sure. I suppose just over the years, you kind of move from one position to another just for a bit of variety, I suppose, the spice of life or whatever. But like Geraldine, I suppose, just started a long time ago, so you wouldn't be long clocking up a few a few different positions then when you're changing every couple of years.
And from a fundraising point of view, to both of you, you know, the aspect within Camogie that obviously you have to come up with novel and new ideas and different kind of scenarios. What have you been trying out? I believe there was an operation transformation in various different places in the last while, especially in Drummondinch, Geraldine. So, Karen, I'd be interested to hear what you've been planning down in Mount Leinster Ranger. But Geraldine, for you, the operation transformation was obviously a huge success.
Yeah, I suppose 2 years ago I came up with the idea of running an operation transformation fundraiser, and we got I think 10 or 12 different leaders, and they got teams, and everyone paid in, and we organized 6 weeks of activities, walking and fitness classes, talks and everything. It was a huge success for the club. Couldn't believe it. In the space of I suppose one day, the day everyone signed up, we bought enough money nearly to run the club for the year. The second year then it was an even bigger success. So it was great, you know. At this, when I came up with the idea and spoke about the meeting, people were like, "How will this work? This won't work," and all this. But thankfully it did, and we had 2 great years of it. Great support from the parish. We had to cancel it this year for obvious reasons, but hopefully we get to do something similar down the line again, maybe.
And for yourselves and Mount Leinster Rangers, Karen?
Well, our Camogie Club is supported in terms of fundraising, I suppose, by our GA club. So they run a lotto and we sell some tickets, and we run things like clothes collections. We have 3 or 4 a year and that kind of stuff. It's just kind of keeping them all small and manageable. And last Christmas, say not COVID Christmas before, they did a Stars in Your Eyes competition in the Lord Bagnall Hotel, and the club raised a huge amount of money, and the Camogie Club would have had a part to play in that as well. I mean, it was essentially run by the GA side of it, but we had 2 acts in it, and we had to do all our fundraising and set up our teams and stuff as well. So it was great. It was a great initiative, and it's great to be able to, you feel like when you're doing fundraising like that, you're giving back to the community as well, because they're getting something for their money, like, you know, they're getting something out of it.
Well, in fairness to you, know, you're 2 shining lights within your clubs and within your counties. Congratulations to Karen Byrne winning the Volunteer of the Year award for Carlow, and to Geraldine Canaan Volunteer of the Year award for Tipperary. Thanks indeed, girls, for joining us. And it's I'm sure we'll see you around the fields of the Camogie fields around Ireland over the coming year. It's back to you, Eileen.
Thanks, Killian. And so to the Media Awards. These awards, the Mick Dunn Media Awards, were instigated by Liz Howard when she was president between 2006 and 2009. At first they were sponsored by RTE, and then some years ago they were merged with the Volunteer Awards. And I'm happy to say that the Dunn family has been involved with them since the beginning. Myself, Mam, Una, who's in Boston, and Myra Malahide, some or all of us have attended each year, and as I said earlier, we've always found it to be a lovely, pleasant, relaxing evening. So the girls all send their regards this evening. They're all tuned in, we're all watching, and we are hoping to be able to meet you all again in person this time next year. We have 6 Media Award recipients this evening, and so we begin with the Mick Dunn Memorial Award for Local Media, which goes to the County Derry Post. The County Derry Post has provided excellent and thorough coverage of Camogie within the county for many years. With a huge reach beyond the county and beyond, they've covered all levels of the game, from schools to club to county, at both adult and underage levels. The quality and consistency of that coverage stands in making them worthy winners of this year's award. And we congratulate Michael McMullen and everyone involved in the County Derry Post. The next award is the Mick Dunn Memorial Award for Match Programme, which goes to Wexford Camogie Board. Wexford Camogie Board has been to the fore in many positive PR developments in recent years, as Camogie within that county has gone from strength to strength. The match programmes have been of a consistently high standard and in many ways have set the bar for others to follow. Wexford Camogie has consistently ensured that each programme production is excellent, with well presented content, and show their adaptability this year in producing digital programmes like many others. Their work is quite rightly commended here this evening and acknowledged on a national level. Congratulations to the Wexford Camogie Ward. The next award is the Micdon Memorial Award for PRO of the Year, which goes to Aoife Lanigan of Kilkenny Camogie. 2020 was another standout year for Kilkenny Camogie as they sealed All-Ireland glory in December. The county has experienced fantastic growth and progression in recent years, which has been championed and supported by their wonderful promotional work to help to spread the word about Camogie within the county. Aoife, who has been in situ as PRO for several years now, has been central to all of this, building excellent relationships with local media outlets and in particular investing heavily in the social media of the county. Congratulations to Aoife. Our next award now is the Camogie Association Best Media Innovation Award, which goes to women's hurling. Women's hurling have made great strides in recent years in the promotion of Camogie to an online audience. Through their consistent and in-depth coverage of the game at all levels, they have utilised many innovative methods to reach new audiences. Not only do they host a regular blog on their website, they also regularly feature innovative content on their social media channels, including podcasts and match preview and analysis videos. Congratulations to Adrian O'Sullivan and everyone involved with women's hurling. Our next award is the Camogie Association Digital Promotion Award, which goes to sportsdaz.ie. Sportsdaz was set up in 2020 by Darren Kelly, who has been covering Camogie in various guises for many years. The website has become a hub of Camogie content, including player interviews, match previews and match reports. The website has already made a great impact on promoting Camogie to online audiences, which makes them worthy winners of this award for digital promotion. So congratulations to Darren Kelly and everyone involved with sportsdaz.ie. Our final media award tonight is the Camogie Association Photography Award, which this year goes to Jerry Shanahan from Meath. A picture, as we know, paints 1,000 words, and Jerry's photography in 2020 captures this skill at its very best. These samples of various matches during 2020 captured the speed, physicality and skill of the game, demonstrating the passion of each player to do their utmost for their team. The idea of playing every ball is brought to a new level, with players willing to put their bodies on the line to make every puck of the slither count, all beautifully reflected by Jerry with his work. So congratulations to him and indeed to all this evening's media award recipients. Once again, Killian caught up this week with two of our award winners, PRO winner Aoife Lanigan and digital promotion winner Darren Kelly of sportsdaz.ie. He's been finding out a bit more about what they do.
Thanks indeed, Eileen. And now we're, of course, into our media award winners and some special people that have really come to the fore in the last year or thereabouts. Firstly, I'm going to introduce our lady who has picked up the PRO of the Year award, and that's Aoife Lanigan of Kilkenny. Good evening to you, Aoife.
Good evening, Killian. How are you?
Good now. And of course, a man that has become very, very strong to the fore in the last few months with regards to promotion of ladies' games, and definitely the art of Camogie is, of course, a man that runs the Sportsdaz website and everything that entails, and wins the Digital Promotion Award, and that is Darren Kelly. Good evening to you, Darren.
Good evening, Killian.
Aoife, we'll start with you. What a year for Kilkenny, and now you've picked up another award.
Yes, fantastic year. When you think of it, when all COVID started and everything was put on hold, did we think we were going to get an All-Ireland? And how to promote then when you were on lockdown, and how to get the girls motivated, or how to keep myself motivated being PRO, and how to promote games or to promote anything to do with even COVID, get people not talking about COVID, and to get people get more into help their mental health. That's get the players to do different events and striking the ball off the wall, everything to promote that and get it going. So it was a strange year, and then to win the All-Ireland in December, fantastic after the three defeats we had suffered, and then to win this award, it's double excitement.
And, you know, I've been around the media now long enough, I have to say, if I've come across you over a long number of years now at this point, and it's the fact that let's not talk about some of those media terms as being old-fashioned. They still have to be used. Those elements of the media still have to be used. But I suppose what really shot you to the forefront probably this year was your use of social media and the amount of updates, scores, the promotional activity. Like, I'm even thinking about the well wishes and the player profiles, those things that you did in the week ahead of the All-Ireland final. It was a phenomenal amount of effort and work that had to go into it.
Well, I can't all take the praise for that. Now, I did have, like, the county board kind of did help me as well, like, because you're tied up in an awful lot of things, because you can't do everything yourself, like, and say, like, I'd be working and I'd say, I might have it done up, and I'd say, lads, can one of you put this up if I wasn't able to get it up, because, you know, like, we had a set regime that we'd help each other. If, say, I couldn't do it, one of the lads had put it up. But yeah, it's not just a one-person thing. I know that I won the award, but I also have to thank the county board for helping me when I wasn't able to do an awful lot of things. I know I did the majority of it, but to get the background and get people to help you there as well, it's great to have there in the background. Because, as you always say, that it's teamwork as well as, you know, team wins, but county board help as well. It did with promoting. It was kind of a great teamwork as well.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. And speaking of promotion, I'm going to turn to Darren, who has joined us. Of course, Darren Kelly winning the Digital Promotion Award. And Darren, you know, I'm sure it was a little acorn, and it has grown and grown and blossomed. And you probably didn't think you were going to pick up an award a few months later, because you know, Sports Stats is relatively new, July 2020.
Yeah, Killian, first I want to congratulate Aoife on winning her own award as PRO. It's a well-deserved award, and Aoife was very helpful to us when we kicked off as well. And of course, I'm here in the room representing Galway, who you beat in the All-Ireland final. But anyway, yeah, no, it was always an idea, Killian, I've been toying with. Like, a lot of people would know I've covered Camogie in Galway for over 10 years, and I always felt there was an opening for a potential website to focus on the women's games in particular. And if anything, when the lockdown kicked in, it'd probably give me time to grow that little acorn a bit more and build it up. Now, of course, at the time, we didn't think a year later we'd still be in the situation we're in, but it goes to show that the amount of work that's been put in by people on the ground this year in regards to matches being streamed, yourself included in that, the promotion that's been done with various people. But in regards to our own role, what we wanted to do is have something different where we chat about the games, pretty much treat the women's games the exact same way as the Sunday game would treat the male version. You know, we have weekly podcasts, we do player features, and ideally we'll be out in more matches. So we made a decision at the later half of the year to maybe limit the games we went out to, but we got great assistance too and people involved. So we had post-match reaction too, and hopefully later in this year, when we get back up fully going, we'll be out at more games and improve our weekend coverage. But like, the thing is, and it's often said with the 2020 campaigns and the level the playing fields and all this, is that the women's games in general don't get the coverage they deserve, and that's no fault of the organisations that run them or the various different county boards. But like, the very first thing when I started covering Camogie in Galway back in 2008 was the work that those players put in, equally the same as the men. And it's much better now than it was probably back in 2008. But you mean, there's great ambassadors for our games, and we're privileged in the job that we have now, that we get a chance to get out there and actually talk to these players and record interviews and get to know them. And with Sports Stars, I would hope down the line that we're talking about off the top of my head, the Sinead Hearns, the Carla Rose, the Louise Wards, the Amy Mackins, they're ladies footballers, I should be saying Camogie names here, the Denise Galls, the Niamh Kilkennys, the Cot Devans, and the Beck Cartons of the world on that field as well, because they put in the effort, they deserve the coverage, and it also helps promote the games in the various counties.
So guys, before we let you go, you two are converts, of course, to the whole element of promoting the game of Camogie. Aoife, we've looked at 2020 and what it has brought. There's now more talk about it. There's an awful lot of, as you can see with Darren, there's social media content, there's podcast content. You know, going into 2021, would you like to see anything more, anything different, or are you happy to drive it on with what was created in 2020?
I think one big thing that was created was the live streaming of matches. It was great to see, like, to a lot of games, as you said, because you weren't able to go to matches. And I know that, say, grandparents of a lot of, say, the youngsters that were playing in the young matches, club games, The county did it fair dues to Martin Quilty and Anya Fahy when they did or even Nessa Farrell and Seamus Norris when they did the live streaming for the club games and county games, when say the usual grandparents or parents that usually go to matches weren't able to go. So I think a lot more, if we could do more streaming.
And Darren, for you, is there anything, you're obviously going to push on Sport as in 2021?
Well, yeah, but not just that as well. When you look at, like, even touching on Aoife's point as well, like by accident or design, the opening up the streaming option has been fantastic this year. Not just in regards to the tier 1 teams playing senior, but we got to see players this year representing Down, Antrim. Like, I know so much about Cavan Camogie this year, and I think that's a credit to what you call it, yourself, Gillian, and everybody involved in the streaming too. And I think it's one thing that, like, I understand that when gates open up again and we're looking for supporters at games, maybe every match can't be done, but it's certainly we have to build on that. The new playing rules, hopefully we get a clear one to see them in full go. That'll be brilliant. But the one thing I would like to say in general, we'll try and do some with sports stats, but I think as well the Camogie Association needs to be looking at too is match reports on the website, like full match reports of games, not just from the knockout stages, like minor under 16 finals, group games as well across the board. It's definitely something that it's amazing how something as simple as a match report can generate such interest, especially in the weaker counties as well. So if I was to pick one thing, I think something like that. We'll do the bit on our side. Kilkenny Camogie do great stuff on their side already. Their website's one of the best ones in the country. But more like that, even through the Camogie Association itself, would be great to see.
Okay, well, there you have it then. The man who has claimed the Digital Promotion Award here this evening is, of course, Darren Kelly with his sportsdaz.ie. Check it out. Plenty of Camogie content there. And congratulations also to Aoife Lanigan of Kilkenny, who is our PRO of the year. Darren and Aoife, thanks indeed for joining us. And it's back to you, Eileen.
Thanks, Killian, and thanks to all for organising this evening, and thank you too for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this evening's ceremony. Hopefully you'll be back on the pitches soon, playing and organising and running around as you're well used to doing. Congratulations to all of this year's winners, and we do look forward to welcoming next year's winners in person in 2022. Until then, good evening and do stay safe.